Hello and welcome back. My name is Artur Ganszyniec. I was the lead story designer for the first Witcher, and now I'm playing the game 18 years after the release. And today we are still in Act 5, so nearing the end of this game, but we have something to do yet. Before we explore this location, and I must say, this one is not my favorite. Too close to the first on the swamp. At some points better, at some points worse for me. I'll talk about it in a moment. Let's go back to the cutscene that played when we left the burning old Vizima, the cutscene where White Ryla was killed by the elves. Two things about this cutscene. First, it was, if I remember correctly, perhaps the last big cutscene that we had a budget for, and we wanted to really play on the war movie theme of this chapter. So there's a lot of going on, and an order commander, White Ryla, is killed by the elves. So, and this cutscene means different things to the player depending on which path we are on. If we are on the order path, we probably fought together with Ryla in Act 4 against Koyatiel. We probably like her, so we are seeing our sort of friend getting killed by the faction that we hate, but we are helpless because it's just not the situation when we can rush in and save her. So this probably means that we are a bit sad and angered. If we played allied with Skoyatiel, we see that our friends are killing the bad guy, because White Ryla is very, anti non-humans. So we see it as a victory that we witness in passing. And we're probably happy. And if we play the neutral path, as we do, we see another instance of those two factions killing each other. So we can look at the same scene like, this is not my war. I don't want to take part in it. It only brings more and more death and suffering. Maybe we have some opinions on White Ryla, that she must have been so hard on the elves that they targeted her. But we probably are not emotionally invested in this death. If we are a player that knows how games are constructed, we might think, okay, this death was probably significant, and I'm curious what interesting quest will stem from it, or something like this. So we are rather curious, and I'm talking about it because that's something that is a very useful narrative tool when you design games, that the same scene, the same exact scene, can be perceived as something totally different depending on the wider context. So if I hated elves, this reinforces my beliefs. If I was with the elves, I'm happy. If I'm neutral, I'm just thinking, oh, that's good, I'm staying neutral, maybe I'm curious a bit. So, but the scene is the same. Okay. And now we are on the swamp cemetery. Let's take a look at the quest journal. We have to find Raven's armor, face this trigger, shiny heights in the druid cave, where we can deliver our Bloodseeker blood. There's a contract for Bruxa. Okay, so we will try and navigate the swamp, and this is hard because, as you can see, we are wading waist deep in the water and the reeds are obscuring the view. So to be honest, there's not much like points of interest I can navigate with. You know what? I will just swap this centipede repellent um, to the ribbon that repels drowners. Somehow I feel that might be that might be needed here. And maybe take a look at the map. Oh, there's a druid cave in front of us. And that is the problem. If not the map, I wouldn't really know where the cave is. Even with the map, where is the cave? That's... I don't know how it works for you, but for me, this location is a bit of a nightmare to navigate. It looks like I should be right at the cave, but the cave is not here. You see what I'm talking about. So I will just... No, that's not the way. So it, for me, playing, and it was also during the development, playing at this particular location was just like randomly licking rocks, trying to find the entrance to the cave. So I will probably have to go around this, maybe. And suddenly I'm somewhere else. Monsters are trying to get me. And it is like this, I suppose, because it was a very old location. I'm not sure if I remember correctly, but I think that for a long time we were wondering if we will be ready to use the location at all, because it's not the best quality compared with, let's say, the last location we've been on. And on top of that, as you can see, it's really... it's not very clear where I should go. At the swamp cemetery, I at least had the paths I could follow. They were something I could orient myself with. And here I get just the stones, and most of them looks very similar to me. The game crashed. That was a first in this playthrough. But I think I will just switch the camera, and as you can see, this location was made rather with this view in mind, because now I can sort of see where I'm going, and the shapes of the stones make like more sense because I have an outlook from above. But this is sort of what happens when you change the camera view mid-production. That the older locations were made solely with this view in mind, and they don't really work with this view, with this over-the-shoulder view. Okay, and suddenly we found we found the cave. And this is also something that that is a bit awkward, I think, because we had problems with having NPCs outside, because there's just water and monsters, and that's not really, a good place for an NPC to be. It's very hard to control. And there are no buildings here, so we added these caves, but it's like, from a strictly logical perspective, it doesn't really make sense to have caves in such a damp area, because they are not flooded. But that's just something we have to accept.
Why are you here?
A revolt rages in Vizima. People killing each other. I'm not interested. The druids taking the innocent. I help them and provide protection.
Can I be useful?
They say deadly monsters have made their lair near the crypt in the swamp.
Know anything more?
People speak of a bat-like creature and a female vampire. Could you look into it?
What else can you tell me?
Ask, Witcher.
You protect exiles?
I do. Love your neighbor.
You worship the eternal fire?
Not really. I'm cautious, though, and a few good deeds won't hurt.
I really like how people in this world and in this game are like sort of pragmatic / opportunistic. I'm not a believer, but it wouldn't hurt to be a decent guy just in case. And at the same time, we wanted to have like this mini bosses with trophies in every chapter, and we needed someone to give the quests, and the Royal Huntsman is the guy. So as you could see throughout the game, and now, we've been coming up with excuses for him to move from one place to another, just to be available to us with those quests.
Farewell.
And here's Shani.
Geralt.
Did you get the medications you needed?
I have to wait. Preparing medicines is apparently even more complicated than brewing potions.
Need any help?
No, I'll manage. Go save the world.
Take care.
So this is also that we sometimes do in the game, because this is something that TV series learned to do, but games not always. Like, you have one plot, but you don't want to progress it, you want to spread it all over like the season or something like this. So you come up with excuses for the plot to hold, like we are waiting for something, for some information, someone is sick, stuff like this. And this gives the writers and the viewers the excuse to enjoy Monster of the Week episodes. And in games, in video games, sometimes like it's this great pressure, like you have to hurry because the world is at stake and stuff like this. But at the same time, there's a lot of side quests, like find my cat, kill the rats in my basement, stuff like this. And player feels this is off. I want to play Gwent, but at the same time, I should be saving the world. But sometimes, and we tried it here, the plot stops. Like Shani says, okay, you know, our relationship is important, this quest is probably important for you, but I have some other stuff to do, so go and enjoy your Monster of the Week episodes. And sometimes it works surprisingly well, I must say. I think this is a good moment to brew some potions. Oh, but that was my last. Was my last bottle of alcohol. So I'll just maybe prepare some oils. Vampire, necrophage, Maybe a bomb. We haven't tried a bomb. Making bombs. Okay, and we will meditate till morning to talk with the NPC.
Please tell my cousin I need gold to get home.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will find Antoinette at the royal court. I beg you.
This matter reeks of political intrigue, and I don't meddle in politics.
Oh, and I shall never see my beautiful Toussaint.
So this is something that was hinted at the royal castle, that there is some nobles among the refugees. We got to see Toussaint in The Witcher 3, but when we were writing the first Witcher, it was just a name we used to show that the world was bigger than the world of the game, than the locations in the game.
What is it, Wanderer?
What are you doing here?
We are planning our protest against logging and the murder of endangered species.
Not exactly the best time.
After the rebellion, we'll lead our green march onto the foot of the royal castle. We'll protest until the king hears us. We prepared our chants, like, "Hey ho, logging must go," or "Animal murder stops now."
I'd suggest putting off your protest for a long while.
We cannot. Nature calls for help.
Yeah, the druids in some of the of Sapkowski's short stories were really like hardcore environmentalists, and we played with it a bit. Let's see. Oh, okay. So that's great. We can buy some more alcohol for our potions, and that's good, because I suppose we'll be needing a lot of potions. And maybe we'll read some books.
Time to pray.
Okay. And this suggests that we will be fighting this monster in this game, because it adds a bestiary entry. A spoiler, but a nice one. And some new ingredients. That's okay.
What is it, Wanderer?
Do you have any goods to trade?
And do you have fool's parsley, gemstones, shawls, or white roses?
And this is something that it's a fun little dialogues when we can try some items for potions. But today I would write it a bit differently. I wasn't writing it, but from a design perspective, because let's say I have some precious stones.
In truth?
And here, in fact, I have to remember if I have something. I know I have a diamond, so I will say I have a diamond, but today I don't see it as a funny game. Today I would rather check what I have in my inventory and make the dialogue react to our previous choices. And I think that would be a solution well suited for what I like in games today.
Splendid.
Because I don't have rubies, and I could have said, "Oh, I have a ruby." I don't see if it's fun.
You shall receive potions in return.
Great.
The diamond is the clearest of stones. These potions will help you see your enemies, even in darkest night.
If I find anything else you might need, I'll return to trade.
Splendid. And now I must attend to the details of our protest.
Till we meet again.
What is it, Wanderer?
Farewell.
Okay. One of them, those are elder druids, and one of them has a reward for the Bloodseeker contract, so that's probably the eldest druid.
I hear you pay for Bloodsweeger blood.
Indeed. We wish to eradicate the species, an aberration of the ecosystem. We'll need 10 measures of blood.
Here are 10 measures.
So dependable. Here's your payment.
And this is also funny that they are environmentalists, so at the same time they are... Oh, I get new level. So and at the same time, oh my god, that's awkward. I'm sitting on his face. From what I wanted to say, that at the same time they are eradicating some species they find invasive, and this is fun. And at the same time, it was fun to come up with so many reasons people wanted a Witcher, because it's not just, oh, monster is killing my sheep or something like this, but we want to balance the environment and eradicate an invasive species. I want to make an omelette. I need some skin for the boots I'm making, stuff like this. And it was also fun to come up with those excuses. Okay. Let's see if there is something swallow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then I will have to clear my inventory because I dropped something. So I will get rid of the books. I've already read them. I will. And now, okay. Somewhere here should be the white meat. White cow. Where is it? Under the mattress. Yeah, that's the kind of pixel hunting one could enjoy in the 90s in point and clicks, but not now. I must say, not really. And I needed white gold to make this extra potion, and maybe one more cat. Okay. And this is another thing. I know I complained about it a bit, that sometimes you get those extra potions that unlock some abilities, and this one is okay because it just gives me the update, but sometimes they give gold talent, so I have to meditate, make the potion, and the meditation, drink the potion, and meditate again to use the talent. But okay, save just in case. And I think that's everything we needed from here. So in this location we will be playing, and during the day it is much more clear where I can go. Then I will go to refugees case, but right now let's just explore this location a bit to see if anything interesting happens. I have the drowner repelling amulet, and this is pretty fun because they just keep running away from me, which is okay if I don't want to fight them, but at the same time the combat state is still on, so it's like an extra difficulty to find and kill all of them. But yeah, we'll just try and ignore them, and we'll just try to run away and go back to our quests. That was fun. And as you can see, when I'm playing from this perspective, finding the caves, and during the day, finding the caves are much easier. And here's another. But I'm afraid I will have to... Now they run away. Okay. So let's go and see what's inside this cave. Is there anything more than another cousin? I think not. I think not.
You again? What do you want?
Messenger hasn't shown up?
And he likely won't if you loiter here. Begone!
So, just people concerned with their own little dramas. So, before we move on to the Striga, let's just go and try to get this famous armor. This part of this location is really nice. I like it. Like, for some reasons, I really like unfinished bridges in video games. They give me this illusion that there's a wider world on the other side of the bridge. In Witcher 3, in the first location, there was a broken bridge, and I liked it a lot. Of course, I tried to get to the other side, even though I knew it was the end of the location. But okay, so let's go in. And we will need, I think we will need swallow for later. Where's the cat? That was the healing potion. And here's the cat. Okay. Oh, someone is on the other side of the wall. I think we can switch to our...
I hear sounds behind this wall. There must be something inside.
The eternal fire must have sent you, Master.
Why are you here, good man?
I seek the grave of Raven, the great warrior. They say it contains vast treasures.
Find anything?
Horrid monsters attacked, then stones fell, trapping me. Were it not for you, sir.
Hurry while the path is clear. I'll see about those monsters.
Saving people wherever I go. Good guy Geralt. Okay. And now we will probably have to fight a bit here. There's a lot of fighting in this chapter, and luckily not only with people, but also with monsters. Okay, this looks like it could be a tough one. Yeah, I'm laughing because chicken and mutton leg hidden by someone so carefully in this abandoned crypt. I know it's a game, but sometimes it still cracks me up. Like if you thought really, like if you took it really seriously, these are really weird stories you can try and deduce from what's happening, or what do you find in treasure chests. Those are tough rides. Okay. And what do we have here? Yeah, that's those rolling rocks are, as you can imagine, it is a play of words on, or a nod to the band Rolling Stones, of course. Because sort of stupid jokes are what makes this game such a great experience sometimes. And now time to drink a potion, because one wraith is enough, and when they start screaming, it is really a nuisance. This is where it came from. Is there anything else here? I don't think so. Just a lot of raids. But this is what witches are for, fighting monsters, aren't they? I like he gives this in the final attack of of the sequence. It's a small thing, but I always feel you know, powerful, like a powerful warrior. There is a lot of them. When we were testing the game in the developer settings, I think it was the Y key. 20 orange, that's it. The Y key. When you pointed a mouse on someone and pressed Y, that creature or person was instantly killed. And we're using it a lot during testing. But if you misclicked, you could kill a vital NPC, and that usually meant that you had to, you know, go back to your previous save if you remembered to save. That was probably the other treasure hunter. This part feels to me the closest to like classic fantasy RPG game where you explore dungeons looking for treasures. This is the moment when Geralt does it, because you know it is fun, and but the reasons are, you know, finding this legendary armor or saving someone. So sometimes it's not about the gameplay itself, but about the context that makes the experience feel different. And I think The Witcher 3 was pretty great when it came to dungeons. There was a lot of cool underground locations with cool backstories and really cool reasons to explore them. But nothing here is the Raven crypt. Not yet. Art is my favorite, which is sign for the reasons pretty obvious when you use it. Because one-shotting opponents is very can bring you a lot of satisfaction, or at least can bring me a lot of satisfaction. Okay, we have a piece of armor for the ravens, and I think a better sword. Yeah, that is a better sword. So we'll drop our last sword and use this. Cool. Okay, let's just see if the armor. Okay. So now I would need some notes of an elven minstrel. Okay, let's. The inventory is full. I have a lot of things I probably won't use. And we're going back to the surface. We'll visit the rest of the refugee camps, and maybe we'll try to see about the Striga. Let's see how it turns out. And again, from this camera, this location is feels pretty different, doesn't it? Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. But nothing that we would need. Let's take a look at the map, shall we? We are here. Here's the campfire. This refugee cave. Let's see this cave. But maybe let's switch the camera. And again, from this perspective, suddenly the location feels better. And here, it looks like it should be a cave, but it's not. So it is not the best of locations, but as I was saying, it was an old one, and we weren't really sure if we would be able to use it at all, because it had to be upgraded a bit, but we didn't have much time, so
They burned my house down, destroyed all my property. What shall I do?
Did you meet anyone who might be Antoinette's messenger?
No,
If you meet the messenger, tell him I await.
I will.
So they are waiting for a messenger from their cousin, who's still at the castle.
Something is rotten in the state of Temeria. Time to emigrate.
I wonder if any one of
Where was
them
the king when this began?
has more dialogue, because someone here wanted to pay me for killing monsters. So as you can see, a lot of empty space, not many NPCs. You can feel that we were sort of running out of time and trying to cram the final parts of the game, like to put them together in a way that was
I'll
at
never
least,
give a non-human another job.
at least presentable.
Something is rotten in the state of Temeria.
Okay, so that there's probably nothing here more, just the cousins, and we'll go back. We'll go back. And now, let's try and go to this to the cemetery itself. I'm trying to find my way without without the map. I hope I'm not getting lost. No. The red ribbon, as you can see, is a pretty powerful object, saving you a lot of time, because drowners can be really a nuisance. Okay. And here, I think we might switch to this camera and just enjoy the cemetery. It is also based on, real folk carvings and real folk, like funeral or chapel, or just religious, because it's a hodgepodge from many moments of history, but I really like the mood. And again, sometimes here, like when the location was made before before we knew everything about the script, so we just were looking for nooks and crannies when we could start something like this, magical stones or a monster or stuff like this. And here again, I would love to go both ways, but in Aurora you only can have one layer of rock mesh, so those bridges had to be defunct.
What did I do to you?
Sir, have you seen my son? He has straw-colored hair, freckles on his nose, a child, 12 winters to him.
Sorry, I haven't.
I've been burning fires here to lead him through the mists. Oh, my dear son.
I hope you find him. I seek the Striga that has its lair somewhere around here.
Sir, you see that old church on the hill? The Striga lives in the crypt. She awakes at night and roams about in search of blood.
She leaves you alone?
Once she came for me. I didn't run, for I light this fire to guide my son through the night. The monster hesitated, then ran on. Since then, she's avoided me.
Interesting.
But I saw her catch a man once. Horrifying.
Tell me.
I didn't remember this cutscene. We clearly
I've set my neighbor's home ablaze and cut them to bits. I've decided to flee the city.
They tried to draft me into the army. Luckily, King Foltest has returned. He'll put those non-humans back on their leashes.
Rightly so. Know what I'll tell you?
we clearly wanted the Striga to be like the most important boss of this game, or most memorable, and she's very like enmeshed with girls' history. So we made this cutscene, and as you can see, it's black and white to see that this is a story or a memory. And it was a nice story he told us.
Where was the king when this began? Something is rotten in the state of Temeria. Oh.
I'm here about the notice.
Ah, yes. You slew the Scimitars. You have 5 jaws to prove it?
Yes, here they are.
Thank you. Here's your payment.
Stop him! What did I do to you?
Okay. So suddenly we have other knights here. They must be perceived as danger by those 2 refugees. But I still have one thing to ask.
Seen any squirrels nearby?
No. They've all gone to Vizima, cursed non-humans. What did we ever do to them? I found a place nearby where those sons of whores took a human and tortured him. They buried the poor soul up to his neck and covered his head in syrup. Nearby was an ant hill with red ants as big as your thumb.
I can imagine the rest.
Oh, kind sir.
Farewell.
Okay. So we got at least 2 terrible stories from this poor guy, and now let's go to talk to Valorat.
Greetings, Geralt. Foltest asked me to check on your progress.
Trust is fundamental.
True, but this particular monster is his daughter.
Why are you here?
Foltest well knows someone meddled with the curse. He cannot believe Ada turned into a beast by herself. The crypt may hide evidence. Foltest asks that you search the sarcophagus where the princess sleeps. Surrender any evidence you find.
I'll fulfill the king's order. Now show me to the princess.
Follow me.
Nothing but war and war.
Okay. So let's go inside. And in the comments, you asked us, why Striga? Because as someone wrote, the fight was described in the first short story. Then it was reiterated in the animated intro to this game. And then we have to fight the Striga again. And the answer is, well, there are 2 reasons. First, at this point, the books weren't widely known, just in Poland and parts of Europe. And so we thought that most of the players wouldn't have read the short story. But fighting the Striga is what made The Witcher, like the brand. It started with the short story about the Striga, so it was kind of a tribute to our first contact with Geralt. And the other reason was very practical, because for the animated intro, a 3D model of Striga had to be done, and we already had it, and it was a shame not to use it in the game. And it gave us the occasion to explore all those twists around Princess Ada. So a practical reason, but also a sentimental one. Okay, so here is the journal of the guy who cursed the Striga in the original short story. So we are just, a note for those interested. Okay, the inventory is full again. What can I drop? The Last Wish, the book mainly discusses fire genies, genies, like Ifrits. They are opponents in this game, but a genie was also a crucial part of how we met Yennefer, and of course the short story was called The Last Wish. Do we have anything to... Okay, all talents are spent, and maybe we could use one more healing potion, just in case. Okay. I think that we had a magic formula. Art, Igni, and Art. Okay, but this is probably because there are different versions of this quest, so this stone is not the one we should be activating. We'll have to find a cave, a refugee cave. So the combination Art, Igni, Art wouldn't probably work. Oh well. We found the notes of the Elven Minstrel, but we still don't have all the pieces of the armor. And there is a Striga to take care of. But where is Velerat? I feel like I might have missed him. He's not here, is he? Is he? No, he's not here. I've never lost a high official before. Okay. Yeah, now I remember that every version of this quest had a slightly different combination and different stone to okay. You know what? If we wait till the dawn, or maybe even a bit more, maybe we'll face this trigger. I'm looking for the cat potion, but oh yeah, here it is. Yes, and you know the boss fight itself is pretty underwhelming because you know we don't want to kill the Striga, and the only way, like in this in the short story, was to wait till dawn without killing the princess and surviving like the night. But as I said, boss fights in this game were really sort of hacked using many mechanisms, like sort of, yeah, we are showing that one of these candles is going out, and this is sort of a way to show that time has passed. So this is basically how we will be saving the princess, running around the sarcophagus until she gets bored and the curse lifts. But as I said, there was not many ready-made and bulletproof mechanisms that could be used in boss fights, and they were just hacked on scripts and triggers, and it was not. The results are not as exciting.
If I'm to kill her, I don't have much time left.
Yeah, because that's the other side of the story, that if we wanted to kill the princess, we also have only so much time. But we don't want to kill her. We want to leave the curse. And I must say that before we had this over-the-shoulder camera, this fight was a nightmare. Try fighting it just clicking on the floor. You don't have so much control about the movements of the character, and it quickly becomes, And it also shows how limited the engine was, because, in the opening cutscenes they were jumping, climbing walls, and stuff like this. And here you can't jump over the sarcophagus. So the Striga, our dear princess, must be really, really frustrated at this moment. This is one of the least exciting savings of a princess I've ever took part in. But what you can do? This is maybe this, boredom and frustration is how we are trying to tell the player that that lifting the curse is, is hard. That it would be easier just to kill her. And certainly it would be faster just to kill her.
The sun is rising. Just a few moments more, and the Striga's spell will be broken.
What I don't like is that the cutscene teleports me every time, and I'm suddenly very close to the dear princess. And I'm not sure if she's getting faster with the passage of time. It might be. But I've known her since she was a little Striga, so... And look how we are using this obscure a model when you change it to another model technique here.
Where am I?
Ada, you all right?
What happened?
It's over. You're well again.
Geralt.
Do you feel all right?
Yes, better.
I need to ask you about Salamandra.
Oh, Geralt. That terrible professor. It's his fault. He tricked me, promised me power and glory. I haven't seen any salamanders since he was killed.
The professor couldn't have created those mutants. Did he ever mention a mage?
He came here once with this repulsive man, Abdul or something. The professor called him a powerful sorcerer. That's all I know.
Know where I might find him?
Unfortunately not.
Don't worry, you're safe. I'll take you home.
Oh, my hands. They're covered in blood. I killed, murdered so many people. Oh.
It wasn't your fault. Don't think about that. It's behind you.
I remember, through a fog. It was important. I concealed something in the sarcophagus. You must see it.
All right, I will.
Hold me, Geralt. I feel so cold.
It's this crypt. We should go. You'll feel better outside.
Okay. Sometimes I think that all those characters in the games and in the books, they should do a lot of therapy after an experience like that. And where is the sarcophagus? I would say that was this one here. But it's not? Or maybe I already found it? Let's just see what the... I have proof, okay. And I think this might be all for today. We just accompany Ada outside, talk to Velerat, and then we'll continue.
And...
Shutting me in that crypt. Nice gesture, Velerat.
Sorry, Witcher. King's orders.
The princess is freed. Ada, Velerat will take you home.
Witcher, second time I underestimated you.
Third time's a charm.
Foltest gave me something for you in the event that you survived. This is the devil, a Zerrikanian scimitar. The legends say it was tempered in dragon's blood.
Someone induced the princess's transformation into a striga. I have proof.
Where?
The king wanted to be the first to know.
Fine.
Is that all?
The king said if you want to cure the disease, you must go to the old manor. He said you would understand.
I do. Farewell.
Farewell, Witcher.
Okay. So here is this. Here's our late sword, and we have this beautiful dragon. Okay. So I think everything points us towards the old manor. The entrance is here, and but maybe first we'll go and try and find this the last pieces of the Raven armor. But you know what? We'll do all of that later. Right now, let's enjoy that we saved the princess again. Let's take a look at this beautifully sad and desolate location. And I think that's all. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. We'll be going to the old manor.
Damn, it's hot in this.
Bye bye.
Damn, it's hot in this thing.